Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Sam Kwok here, one of the Kwok Brothers, and welcome back to our next stimulus check news. This is August 31st, 2020. Happy Monday and the last day of the month. Here is your next stimulus news. Now, let's first go and tackle the biggest item on the board, which is the unemployment benefit of extra $300 a week. Now, I'm going to update you guys as to which states have been approved to receive the $300 a week, which state has recently applied, and which states have not taken any action on applying for the extra $300 a week of unemployment. So here are the states that have been approved, and this is the updated list as of yesterday. So the states are Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Georgia, Idaho, Indiana, Iowa, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, New Mexico, New York, North Carolina, New Hampshire, Ohio, Oklahoma, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Vermont, Virginia, Washington, and West Virginia, which is the state that was added to the list of approved. Here are the states that have applied but have not gotten the approval just yet. It's Illinois, Oregon, Nevada, Wyoming, New Jersey, and Delaware. And here are the states that have not applied, and we have not seen any action from these states. Those are North Dakota, Nebraska, Kansas, South Carolina, Florida, and Hawaii. Those are states that have not applied or we've seen any answers from the states. Now, if your state is approved or has applied for the extra $300 a week of unemployment, go and smash the like button, give us a thumbs up, turn that like button to blue. Now, the new stimulus bill introduced by the Republican senators and lawmakers does introduce an extra $400 a week of unemployment check till December 27th. Now, previously it was $300 a week. There was a little update last week that happened to the new skinny stimulus bill that would change the $300 number to $400 a week out of unemployment till December 27th. So that is what's happening with the unemployment news. A lot of states have been sending out the extra $300 a week check. Now remember, guys, most experts indicate that the funding for the unemployment benefit of $300 a week may just stop after 5 to 6 weeks. Now, this is starting retroactively from August 1st, so we are approaching the 5th and the 6th week as far as the unemployment benefit of extra $300 a week. So that may mean that the funding may stop sometime this week or the next. So we continue to have to watch and see what happens with the unemployment benefit of extra $300 a week. What that means is that you have to subscribe to our channel if you guys want the latest update as to what's happening with the unemployment benefit of extra $300 a week, or maybe soon to be $400 a week. So definitely stay tuned. Now onto some stimulus check news. Now, and you guys are probably wondering, where is our $1,200 direct payment check? What's happening? What is the latest news that's happening? Now, remember, guys, both Republican side lawmakers and Democrat side lawmakers, they both agree on the $1,200 direct payment in the next stimulus bill. Both sides also agree on post office funding, the Paycheck Protection Program. Where there's a gap is the funding for states. There's approximately $1 trillion of funding between what the Republican senators and lawmakers want and the Democrat senators and lawmakers want. So that right there, funding for state, is the biggest gap right now. Of course, there's other issues such as liability protection, not enough funding for schools. So right now, the biggest holdback is the funding for states, although Nancy Pelosi did mention that she's okay moving the funding for states till January, but we still have to watch to see what she really means. And I've been saying this over and over again here in our YouTube channel, that if they agree on any of the items on the stimulus scoreboard, they should definitely pass it. I mean, they agree on the $1,200 direct payment. They agree on the Paycheck Protection Program. They agree on the unemployment benefit of an extra $400 a week or $600 a week. Whatever they agree on, it needs to get passed. And of course, we had that opportunity about 2 weeks ago or a week ago when they were passing the Delivering for America Act, which was the bill for the post office funding, about $25 billion. And they had an opportunity. Congress reconvened. They had a special session, and they could have easily hit the gavel and said, hey, we're passing a stimulus package right now, right here and then. And of course, we had our Nancy Pelosi that said, no, we're not going to do that. It's not a strategic time for us to pass a piecemeal bill or a standalone bill, which, again, right now the goal should be coming together as Americans, unifying and helping out the country as much as possible, because a lot of people have taken a hit during the pandemic. So with that being said, the updated amount as to what the White House and the Republican senators may agree to is $1.3 trillion, which is actually $300 billion more than what they previously said. They said, hey, no more than $1 trillion, but President Trump is willing to sign a stimulus package that is approximately 1.3, I should just go with 1.3 trillion dollars. There we go. And the amount that Nancy Pelosi is now agreeing to went from $2.4 trillion down to $2.2 trillion. So there's now a $900 billion of gap. And that's pretty much this, the funding for states. If they can agree on, hey, let's go and worry about funding for states later, or let's do funding for states, whatever the case might be, then we might have a stimulus package very, very soon. So the question of, is there a stimulus package likely that's coming down the pipeline very soon? Yes, I believe so. In fact, 100 Democrat lawmakers signed a letter urging Nancy Pelosi to find a compromise very, very soon. Also, the Republicans want to see an itemized list of what does the $2.2 trillion that Nancy Pelosi quoted, what does that consist? What's inside of that $2.2 trillion? So have we gotten closer to reaching an agreement? Yeah, a little bit. I mean, it's still far apart, but still better than what we've seen 30 days ago, which was 30 days ago. So come on now, let's get to work. So more developments can happen next week, which is when Congress comes back from their summer recess, and they may come back to start discussing stimulus package ideas. And who knows, this session might be it. They may finally come together in a unified position and say, hey, yes, we have a stimulus package ready to pass. Let's make it happen. So that starts September 7th, or could happen sooner. We'll have to see. So that's pretty much it as far as the stimulus check news, but I do have a bonus material for you guys, a rather cool idea that was introduced by another fellow YouTuber. Now, I want to thank Meet Kevin for this, Kevin Paffred. If you're watching this, here it is. And this idea is rather fascinating, and it has to do with the payroll tax deferment. Now, folks, remember, President Trump signed a payroll tax deferment, not a payroll tax cut, meaning that businesses have the option to withhold any payroll taxes that are being withheld from the employees. They can hold on to it. But because this is a payroll tax deferment, it does need to get paid back, most likely during a tax return season. But there is a possibility that President Trump may sign a bill that can completely forgive the payroll taxes that have been deferred, which means you don't have to pay the taxes. But the issue right now is that the businesses are having to withhold. Businesses have the option to hold on to the payroll taxes. And as far as holding back the payroll taxes, it's the responsibility of the individual businesses to hold back on the payroll taxes. Now, as an employee, the expected savings amount you can see is about $62 for every $1,000 that you get paid. So if you get paid, let's say $4,000 a month, that's closer to about $240 a month in terms of savings when it comes to payroll tax deferment. Now, the issue is, what if the payroll tax deferment doesn't get forgiven and the business has to be out of the pocket paying for the payroll taxes? Well, the idea that me, Kevin, has come up with is withholding the payroll taxes and putting in a separate trust account or an escrow account, possibly in a high yield savings account of some sort. And then if the payroll tax deferment does get forgiven, then the businesses can write a really nice check out to the employees saying, hey, here's your payroll tax cut, boom, have a great day, right? But if the payroll tax deferment does not get forgiven, then the businesses can take the money out of the trust account or the escrow account to pay for the payroll taxes. Now, overall, this is a great idea because a lot of businesses right now aren't taking the advantage of the payroll tax deferment, knowing that they may have to pay it sometime in the near future. But here's the issue. If they don't take the payroll tax deferment now, but eventually the payroll tax deferment does get forgiven, they can't retroactively go back and say, hey, IRS, we want that money back, right? I mean, it doesn't work that way. You can't go back and get that money back. And if you do, it might be very, very hard to do so because the IRS doesn't like giving the money back anyway. So with that being said, the best option that Kevin Paffred had laid out is taking the payroll taxes, withhold it, but put it into some other account, like a trust account or an escrow account, where if the taxes are forgiven, then they could be given out to the employees and as a nice stimulus package or a nice bonus check to the employees. And if it doesn't get it forgiven, then the funding is there to go and pay for the taxes. So that's a pretty good idea, and I'll give that credit to me, Kevin, there. That's a pretty cool idea. Haven't thought of that before, but boom, there it is. So with that being said, that's the update I have for you guys today. August 31st, Monday, I'll have some more updates for you guys tomorrow. First day of the month, September. I can't believe we're here already. I feel like the coronavirus has made this year speed up even more. So with that being said, if you guys enjoyed this update today, go ahead and smash the like button, give us a thumbs up, and also subscribe to our channel as we'll provide more updates for you guys as soon as possible. So with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next update.